I see rampant green and drawing blue. If you count on my spell, well, fuck you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful game. I see burning red and shit in white. If I drink some pop today, I'll have gout by tonight. And I think to myself, I miss Lowry's beard.
Oh.
Okay, so I know that's
Okay.
the cat thing. That's my Drake made it for me, and I promised him I would do it on the cast. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it when.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What a wonderful world.
Yes, that is correct.
Is it called Wonderful World?
I
don't know who does it.
It's What a Wonderful World.
Hold on. It's jazz.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. Who has that voice
it's
like
a
that?
jazz sing. It's What a Wonderful World.
Very famous.
I want to say like is it BB King?
No, sir. How about would LA initials help you at all?
I don't think so.
Louis Armstrong.
That's not ringing a bell for me. Oh yeah, yep. Louis Armstrong.
So that is
Totally
from AJ. That is AJ request there. So that was it's funny because you and I
It's
literally
beautiful.
were talking about this because we played in real life Magic this weekend. We're like, yeah, we haven't done songs for how long now? This has been crazy. And you're like, oh, I've done one, and I'm like, I fucking don't miss it. And AJ, it's like he could hear us talking about it because then he is just like, Adam, I know you hate doing songs, but here's this one. And I read it and I was like, yep, this one's perfect, especially since you just lost your beard. It just went away. It actually looks good now. It's grown back in really nice. I like how it's coming in pretty good there.
What's that supposed to mean for like it's just my spring trim. That's what happens.
Did you and your brother plan it because your brother also had a spring trim with his hair and his beard? Do you guys go?
He's copying me like he always does. He's the younger brother.
Lowry did it, so now I can do it.
Yeah, I grew out my hair like him though. That was what was going on there. But I trim my beard every spring.
Gotcha.
And then maybe last year didn't count.
Yeah.
But it was COVID.
It was just COVID year.
Like I just kind of last year didn't count.
Welcome to CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry. Oh, it's
We're
so
cousins.
delayed, isn't it? It is so delayed because you were just waiting for me, aren't you? On my end, it's like we're right in tune, but yours is showing delayed. Okay,
I almost forgot about that part too.
Yeah,
the opener.
just to keep
I would have kept
talking.
going.
Oh man!
Keep going.
So this is episode 178, and
Indeed.
Sorry, I actually need to keep that sheet because that has some
I should actually.
other stuff on it.
There we go.
Moving shit around now, just right in the.
Yeah.
178.
That side is not video ready. That's fine.
There's. Please ignore this side of the screen.
Yeah.
So we had a big plan for today, and then some shit hit the fan. So things are kind of.
It's a blue piece of shit.
Yes, that has a big part of what we have been doing for the past month and change.
Indeed.
So we are going to have a discussion on that. What else are we doing for episode 178?
I mean, we got the results for the Salty 64 tournament. Finals done. And closer than we thought.
Yeah, it was a lot closer. There's some things to talk about there, some results to talk about there. And that's going to lead into another discussion.
And then you got a Savant ready? Just a real quick one?
Yeah, another one from AJ. AJ got me not only the song, but a Savant as well. So we'll have that going. And then
we're also going to try and sneak in all of the legends from the new Commander Adventures of the Forgotten Realm. That's such a fucking long name.
Commander 99 or Garbage. That originally was going to be the whole set And
we're just gonna do all 42 legends, and then
we were like,
the blue shit the fan.
Yeah. So we're
blue shit the bed, whatever.
Blue everywhere. So yeah, what did we do this week? We got some fucking in real life games, in-person games for the first time since COVID hit. So the last time I got to play Magic with you in person was Guys Weekend back in March or April?
It was
March.
February.
Was it February? February of 2020. So this is the first time. 2020. And actually, you had a chance a month and change ago, but then your son was sick.
Kids got real sick.
Yeah, both of them sick, yeah. So I kind of missed on that. So we got to play a crap ton of games. Lowry sucks.
No, opposite. That's the saltiness talking.
He is a douchebag.
Look, okay, so it was.
You got a lot of wins.
We got a lot of games. I got 7 games in, and it was 1v1, me versus you. It was like, hey, how's it going? We're gonna face each other.
Yeah. But then it seemed like
and
everybody
then we
like
kind
felt
of
bad
like,
that Lowry was gone for so long that it was like, oh, they're doing 1v1. Let's just sneak in a little bit of Adam jabs in there at the same time. And I was like, dead.
I got some jabs my way
I was dead
too.
the first to go, I think, in almost every single game except for the one I won. Like, it was just like, this sucks. I can't do anything right.
I did. I took 4 games away. That was. And what I mean.
Good for
okay. So I played Oscar that first game against your Magda.
I feel like I get a partial win because I pointed out that you were. I was like, I was in control. I had Magda going. I had defense up. I had an answer for everything, even for your game win. But then it was coming to Lowry's turn, and you played the Hellkite Tyrant.
Okay, I had Hellkite Tyrant. So if I had 20 or more artifacts, I was going to win the game. I didn't realize that. I was more going to just try and steal his artifacts.
And I responded by making or tutoring an the Platinum Empyrean and all that stuff, and I was able to block it because yours had protection from red because you copied my stuff. And so I was able to block it. Mine were indestructible. Nothing happened. He didn't steal anything of mine. So then comes to my turn, and I'm doing my stuff, and then I say go, and it was number 2 was there.
Yeah, number 2.
And he's getting to the end of his turn, and I'm looking at Lowry's board, and I was like, he just made a crap ton of copies of my stuff that are all artifacts. I
made 6.
And he has
so
all,
I copied the Chroma's Memorial, and then got 5 Eldrazi Monuments in play, and I had 2 creatures.
Yeah, so he was all like, shit, how am I got to sacrifice this on my turn and all that, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, do you have 20 artifacts? And he's like, oh, fuck, maybe I do. Counts it up. You had 21. Yeah, it's just like, okay, in response to your turn starting, I'm going to go get Platinum Angel. And then you were like, oh, you didn't see when I had number 2 because you had Karn that allowed you to put 1 card in your hand and 1 underneath. He gave you Path to Exile. I didn't see that interaction because I was focused. Oh, yeah, swords. Swords.
Yeah.
And I was focused on me trying to win, and I didn't even look at what he was doing. I was like, I have an answer for it. And then he freaking paths it. I used my treasures to get that to save us, and he wins the game.
It was a crazy. Then I won accidentally.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Whoopsies.
Whoops.
But the part where the douchebagginess is the game when we had, was it 4 or 5 of us at that point? Was it 5 of us?
There was 5. Yep, that was 5. Essex.
Yeah.
We were
building.
It was a solid turn 5.
Yeah, we were building.
You guys were. I think I went first on that one, so you guys were all on turn 4 still.
Yeah, and Lowry
or
goes,
something. How
about you guys sacrifice all your permanents, including your land, or pay 2?
See,
what we couldn't. Pay
okay,
2
so
for
there's
any of that.
Rashada and Footpad, or I think that's the name of it, and it's when it comes into play, all my opponents have to pay 2 mana or sacrifice a permanent. So I did that. I had Essex in play, and then a token doubler, and then I played Deep Hermit Forest or Deep Forest Druid that made 4 squirrels, which turned into 8 because it's doubling. And Essex in play turned those into the Rashad and Footpad So everybody had to do that 8 more times. And it was only on like turn 4 or 5 for any of them. So they sacrificed all their land, everything they had. And it felt really good.
No, it did not. That was
Everybody else was really bad. Like they felt real bad.
Yeah. I was even playing Yuriko, and like I was like, I can maybe get, but those beginning turns, everybody's monorock this, doing this, like you're just building. Like, that's how the first 4 turns are. And then Lowry goes, "Oh, you guys are still building? Well, I'm done building, and now I destroy everything." The good thing is, I didn't, because there was 5 of us. I was like, you're going to take like 20 turns to kill all of us, and you're still going to win, you know, but it's going to take forever. You luckily did have enough power that within 2 or 3 turns, you got us all dead. I mean, it might have been 3 turns because we all were just like, go, 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 go. And then you were like, I'm going to do stuff, and Adam take damage. And then it was like, go, 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 go.
The next turn that it came around
Adam
to
take
me,
damage again.
Stop. Because the next time it came around, I was able to blink the Hermit Druid and create 64 10-10 squirrels. And so then the next time around, I just was able to kill everybody. / they all
Damn it, I didn't have the
conceded.
There we go.
Oh, good.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Or even get a
I'm
Drake
just saying.
One. You
Okay,
deserve
so
all
everybody
3.
was really salty
good
about
for
that
you.
one. Oh.
I
didn't realize he did one too.
I forgot that he has that one over there. I have Zeke's there because it's the closer. It's in the same spot as the other button, but on a different page. That whatever. You don't need to know that. So yeah, it was.
But like, just think of it like you're like you hate that, but like the game before I played Essex with you and Tyson, and it did jack squat. You know what I mean?
But didn't
and
you
that
win
wasn't
that game?
meant to be. No. Yarok won. Tyson won with Yarok with.
That's right. My Yarok
fucking
yeah.
Like Avenger of Zendikar, a bunch of 10-10.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that was, but that's okay. I mean, that is okay because not everybody's land was destroyed in green blue. That doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Come on.
That was ridiculous.
It was like a perfect storm of like I just ramped perfect.
And then was just perfectly douchey. You had you had an infinite combo in one of the games the last game we were playing, wasn't it? And you're like,
second to last.
Can I'll just exile this and then draw another one instead. Like, yeah, because we're still building, Lowry. We don't want this game to be over again.
So instead, I played the Ajani and was going to exile everybody.
Yeah, you did. And I sacrificed
and then you're
myself.
Like, kill it.
Yeah. No,
did somebody counterspell it?
No. I sacrificed myself. I was at 55 life, and I had Aether Flux Reservoir. And if I didn't do that, you were killing all of us. So I was like, I'll just die, and you guys can at least have a chance. I think
you went down to 3. I went down to 5.
Yeah.
But then I had enough.
Yeah. 3 and 5.
And then I had enough mana. Like I got a second land into play that made 8 mana from my 2 Omnaths, and then cast Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah, that
anyway.
It was like everything was working in your. It never does that for you.
No, it doesn't. It was amazing. Yeah. It was doing really well.
I mean, listen to this. You killed us with Cyclonic Rift, kind of in a way with that one. Yes, the Cyclonic Rift there. Yeah. You also killed myself, of course, and somebody else with poison. You destroyed land destruction. You destroyed everybody's ramping abilities. You had an infinite combo in there that instead of the one thing like we just talked about.
I gave it up though.
Yeah, and then you stumbled into a win without realizing. It would have been one of those games where 2 turns later you're like, oh, I actually should have won that. You know?
Should have won.
Yeah.
Well,
the only games that I win is milling everybody with your help. Like you.
Oh yeah, I get a partial for that too, right?
You got Sire of Stagnation out. You had everybody mill the crap out of them. And then you got milled, and then you got milled by me. It was fucking crazy because you.
The funny thing is I could have killed you. I could have killed the whole table. I just didn't think about it like quick enough. I would have had to do the Vindicate Sliver on my Sire of Stagnation so that I wasn't drawing anything. And then when my land's untapped, I could have resurrected Veto, which whenever I gain life, somebody loses that life. And then I would, for every white mana, I'd be able to gain 5 life, drain you 5 life. Everybody else was going to die from your milling. And so I could have if I was smart, but I'm not. I'd rather just mill myself out, right? That's what
I won with the new card though. That the tap 3 mill 14. All your opponents mill 14, or if you cycle it, everybody mills 4.
No, your mill deck was fucking on fire.
It went crazy, but. Yeah, I guess I get partial wins because a couple of my decks that other people were using. Do I get partial credit for that? Because didn't Keenan win one with one of my decks, and then Tyson won with that deck, and I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time though.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. I'm sorry. Do I gotta apologize?
Next time.
I mean, you called me a douche within the last 24 hours after. Like, you made a bunch of douche decks within the last year. You've seen them all. We've talked about them all. I was just more
bitter about it because it seemed like they were douchey and they were focused at Adam. And I was like, come on, Lowry, stop it. And then I'm getting butt hurt. So I'm like, fine, I'm coming right back at you. I'm getting at you. But mine wasn't good enough.
I do feel bad when you're playing your Bruvac deck and I played Aura of Silence on turn 3.
Oh man.
And that's the one that makes artifacts and enchantments cost 2 more for my opponents.
Yeah.
And you just sunk. And I was like, I might just sacrifice this. You just sunk down. You're like, that's my deck. That's how I mill people. You're like, look, enchantments. And I was
well, and that's the other part of it too, is then I was like, okay, I have to strategically play things that aren't enchantments because I know he's waiting until mine come out. And finally, we got long enough in the game that there was enough enchantments out there. And I was like, okay, he can destroy those. So I play an enchantment and you're like, kill that. I'm like, God damn it. It's like, there's so many other options out there. Bruvac isn't that scary. Stop it. And then it won.
Whatever. Even with it. So I think the other reason why I was kind of scared was because of the cards that I had. And that style of deck was super helping your setup.
Yeah, that was where I was like, man, that's why a lot of mill before Bruvac is black and blue, because there's a lot of black-blue stuff like Sire Stagnation is a really good card to have. And it's not milling, but it is milling. It's exiling, which is doing what a milling effect does. And so that was pretty sweet. It was like we planned it to be a tag team a little bit there at the end.
It was fun. It was fun. I knew it was going to create a lot of chaos when I had everybody put in 4+ lands, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So for our long episode, we still banter about 20 minutes in.
This was we knew this was going to be part segment.
That was part of it. Okay. So let's get into the tag so we can get into the actual episode. You can become a patron. Actually, we have two. Do I even have my 2 button there? I have the welcome thing, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't have my number 2. I have number 2, but just not 2. We have 2 new patrons this week. We have Willie Stone and James Curtis.
Welcome to a meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
Thank you guys for becoming a patron. You can also become a patron. It is Pick Your Proxy month. So if you become a patron all this month of July, you, for whatever level you're at, you will get to choose, as long as you're $5 or more, you will get to choose any proxy that has ever been on Proxy of the Week, the hashtag Proxy of the Week. If you're a $1 or more patron, that just gets you into the Discord, which is awesome because today was going crazy with the news that we're going to talk about in a little bit. And also you get to play games, you get to shoot back and forth with specs and all that stuff. We've been doing that a lot. So that's just $1, but $5 gets you the Proxy of the Week. The free way to support the show is to jump on YouTube, subscribe there, like some stuff, make some comments. You can check out videos like Lowry's Curated MTG, which was today.
Today?
What was your cure? Yeah, what was your curated?
Verity Circle. Which is a blue enchantment, which is probably just better than Rhystic Study. So no big deal.
Better than I liked that card, and then it just it came in existence, and then we just kind of moved on, like everything else with Magic. You forget about it, and it's like that is actually a pretty good card, especially in Commander, because everybody's tapping creatures for not necessarily attacking abilities, and then at the very worst thing you can do is taps somebody's, is it non-flying creature or flying creature? Was it
non-flying. And so if somebody's,
non-flying,
if
and
an
then you get to
opponent's
draw.
creature taps for not attacking, you get to draw a card. So mana abilities, kiki-jiki stuff. Check out the video. But yeah, you can draw a ton of cards off of it really quick. And if you build a deck with it in mind, it's crazy.
Same cost as Ristic Study, like you were saying. So it's it's
blue,
it's a
2
pretty sweet
colorless,
card.
but it costs like 50 cents to $1.
Super cheap.
Yeah.
So that's Curated MTG. You can see all of those episodes if you just check out YouTube. Just subscribe. You'll be able to see them all and check out all those videos. You can also see Proxy Time. I've been doing Proxy Time live for the last couple months now. I did one last night, which is actually Sunday night. I will be doing one as you hear this podcast. If you hear it on Wednesday, I'm doing it Wednesday this week. It's all moving around at this point just because of vacations and all that stuff. But I'm doing, actually, I'm not positive on what I'm doing this week, but what I did do on Sunday was Cabal Coffers, did a OG art, the original art, and then a Smog art as well, because I actually really liked how that Smog and Bilbo. So check out those videos. You can also see this podcast. You can see us with all the cards that we talk about as we're talking about them, and Lowry waving right there. And the beginning segment stuff where you could see what my son made me and how I sang to Lowry. You could also check us out on Twitter. That is CommanderSmiths, at CommanderSmiths, and that's where you'll see all of the stuff we're talking about now goes on there. Also some other discussion stuff. Lowry, you've been doing some tune-up deck stuff on there as well.
Yeah,
right?
So anytime that I change one of my decks, like, something like 2 to 5 cards, I'll show what I'm switching out, switching in, what deck, and just take a picture of it. If you want to make a comment on what you like, what you don't like, why am I doing what, just make a comment. And that's
maybe
just
some
something
suggestions of maybe some other things if you don't agree with what he's doing there. But that's on Twitter. And then you can also see some not sharing with Adam stuff and all that other stuff there. You can direct message us there, or you can shoot us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. Okay. So I got Pick Your Proxy Month. Now it's time for getting into Stump the Smith Savant. Now I actually
clean. Those are clean tags. I like it.
Wait, how about that? I was gonna do.
Good for you.
So the cool thing, really quick, this is like behind the curtain stuff. The Rode mixing board, they did an update recently, so now I can have a button go, whereas before, if I had a button going, I couldn't switch between buttons. I had to wait till that one finished and then go to different pages. Now I can press a button and move around, so it actually makes it a lot more seamless. Anyways, it's not seamless because I'm working it. So, anyways, let's get into it. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right, if you don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card. The savant, Mr. Lowry Smith, is going to try to guess what the card is just by the flavor text. He is going to ask yes and no questions.
Yeskin and no.
Every yes he gets, he will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, you'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He starts with 100 points. If he gets a wrong guess, it's -10. If he gets a clue, it's -5 points. This week's Stump the Smith Savant is from AJ. And let's get started right away. Vampires don't consider patience a virtue, nor gluttony a sin. Or gluttony.
Gluttony?
Gluttony. Gluttony.
What are they,
It's
West
gluten,
Coast vampires?
Gluten free.
Don't like gluttony.
They don't like, gluten. They have to have gluten free.
All right, sorry. Okay, so
Vampires don't consider patience a virtue, nor gluttony a sin. Gluten.
Okay.
I hate me.
No, you're good. Hit the button. Can't even read.
What? Oh yeah. I can go between that. I couldn't do that before.
Can't even read.
Vampires don't consider patience a virtue, nor do they consider gluttony a sin. And I feel like I know this. But I have no placement of it. Okay, so vampires are potentially Innistrad or Zendikar. I mean, they've been fucking everywhere at this point now, though. But I want to say it's one of those two. I want to go with, is it an Innistrad block or like Shadows over Innistrad, like one of those 5?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
And like vampires just aren't a focus like they are in Innistrad, so I totally would have thought Innistrad. Like Zendikar, just it's not a focus. They're there and they're powerful, but they're not like a focus.
Vampires don't consider patience a virtue, nor gluttony a sin. Gluttony.
Is this? Don't worry about it. It's Is this like time spiral forward time frame? Was it printed time
yes.
spiral forward?
Hello,
Yes.
boobies.
I think so.
That does not help me at all. But because again,
You
that's
just
when the
wanted a
vampires
hello
really
boobies
came in.
is all you wanted.
Yeah,
You just
baby.
wanted a boobies in there.
I-
Is this
well-
a card? Yes.
Hello, boobies.
You are right. It is a card.
Cha-ching.
I'm doing something right.
Well, I mean, like if you had said no, that would put it back towards like Homelands, which would
Yeah.
like really narrow down everything. But it didn't. It feels like it's not like a different color talking about a black card, but is it a black card?
Hello, boobies.
Is it? Okay. Is this from Modern Horizons?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
I
I'll
mean,
take a hit.
I was gonna say you have clues, and they're from AJ, so this is AJ clues.
Yeah, fucking tough.
Someone's getting stabbed in the back in the art, kind of like Lowry did to me in the championship game. And I like to also say, kind of like me in the a couple times. I do not trust Lowry ever, and I did not trust him when we played this weekend when he said he was not going to kill me on his turn, and then he proceeded to kill me on his turn. But I
Things
didn't play
changed.
like
you had to
weren't
die.
going to.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You promised me so many times, and I was like, I don't
I
trust
did not
you.
promise
I'm
you
going to kill
squat.
your stuff.
I
And
just
then it
said
came to your
I'm-
turn.
You missed the part where I said probably not going to kill you. I didn't say that.
I just love that.
added
Yeah, I
in.
just love that AJ and I are in the same boat here. I
Okay,
like that somebody
somebody's
else
being.
got-
Let's concentrate on the real.
Someone's
Hint.
getting stabbed in the back in the art, kind of like Lowry
Yeah.
did to me in the championship.
You don't have to
game.
add that last part.
It's in
You don't have
parentheses.
to add that last
I
part.
get it. It's
Somebody's
like-
getting stabbed in the back. It's a,
Who would do that? Taka's walking in. What's up, dog?
he's not Scooby Doo or anything.
Oh.
Jeez, that doesn't help me very much.
You want another one?
Yeah, I'll take another one.
AJ killed Lowry with this card because he gave him 45 treasures by not paying for Smothering Tithe.
What? AJ killed Lowry with this card.
Because you gave him 45 treasures by not paying for a Smothering Tithe. What kind of black card would be able to kill a player because of the treasure tokens?
No. I totally know what he's talking about. So this is
There's only a few.
yeah, Soren's Revenge.
Wrong, wrong,
No.
wrong, wrong.
Is it 4 colorless, 3 black?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
I'm pretty sure AJ killed me with that card. Okay,
Think of the art. Someone getting stabbed in the back. It should be like your favorite art. That should be like your poster in the back. Actually, a few minutes later, had to turn the. We had to have
we're
the
having
music
technical
off.
difficulties and difficulties, gluttony. We can-
It's because I said the word wrong. Now it's punishing me. I don't know. So our editing program, both of us have had issues with, but not during the cast. Mine
yeah,
went
it's like
from
blowing us out
went
right now.
it went down, and then now it started blowing me out. So it's like gradually dropping.
I might cut all this stuff too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I would explain
stabbing
what the
somebody in the back.
music's
It's a
called.
black card. Is it a mono black card?
Hello, boobies.
Okay, just want to hear boobies again.
Yeah.
So stabbing in the back, 45 tokens.
And you got killed by it. And I'm guessing the entire table got killed by it if there was more than just you two left.
Oh. Okay. Exsanguinate.
Hello, boobies.
There we
There
go. I do
you
remember that now.
go.
I do remember that.
If you're wondering, we've already said it, that the music was gone there. For some reason, it was messing with my audio, and I don't know why. All of a sudden, Audacity just decided to go, hey, fuck you. So, fuck you.
As it oftentimes does.
All right, let's see if we can not have it blow out here once we get into our finals here. All right, do I have the finals there? Where's my final? Oh, there it is.
I hope you have the finals. I want to hear it one last time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
We bring you the saltiest cards in Commander with the Salty 64.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Salty 64. Salty 64. Salty 64. Salty.
Y'all ready for this?
All right. So we have gone, what, 6 weeks at this point?
Yeah, I believe that's six weeks.
Salty 64, and we have a winner. We have a card that blew out the competition pretty much every single week, except for this week was the closest week it had. But with who was the winner? 55% of the vote goes to wait, drum roll.
Hold on. It's Winter Orb versus Hullbreacher, if you forget from last week.
Drum roll.
55% goes to Hullbreacher.
Woo!
Crazy.
And 15 minutes later,
banned. So
it couldn't work out.
People were onto something.
Our 42 votes
really swayed the rules committee, and they're like, those 42 people are very much correct.
They were watching the
ban it.
Salty 64 tournament and just saw it blowing out the competition. They're like, guys, we got to do something here. It's just killing things way too much. I mean, that tournament is insane. Everybody's going to be pissed if it wins, and boom, it won. So let's ban it. They planned it out just when our voting ended, so that Hullbreacher would be legal, and
yeah. So we made the call that Winter Orb cannot be the stand-in champion because Hullbreacher was legal.
Yeah.
When it all was going down and everything.
For 15
I don't know
minutes.
what we would have done if it got banned in the last 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, that would have been
in the middle of the tournament.
That would have sucked.
Been
well, I think at that point it would have got voted out.
Honorary win.
Well, no, I just think it would have got voted out. Like if it's no longer in the format, why would people vote for it? I think I would have kind of vouched for that talking. I think we both would have been like, you probably shouldn't vote for this one because it's no longer in here. So
that's
just
a good point.
Get it knocked out. But I mean, think if it would have happened midweek this week, and the voting was pretty much done by Friday or so. Then we didn't really get any more votes after that. But it's kind of crazy. The timing of it was just insane that I can't believe. But I mean, we had some good discussions on Discord while this was going on, this final week. People are jumping in saying, Winter Orb or whatever. I liked Winter Orb here. And I was like, well, what card have you seen that hasn't even been out for a year go from 0 to 20,000 EDH rec decks in a certain color, where it's just a specific color? There isn't a lot of them out there. I mean,
maybe lands or artifacts.
T-Coats brought up Arcane Signet, but that's an artifact. That's in everything, Yep. So that's obviously going to get there. But to be in a single color to hit 20,000 EDH rec decks, and we're at 9 months of it being out? That's insane.
No,
not even 9
that came
months,
out in December. It's 7 months at this point.
So it probably hit 20,000 decks within the first 3 or 4 months. That's because it's at 20. Well, maybe
it's just everywhere. And so...
And you said from the beginning when we did that Commander
top
99 or
10.
garbage in our top 10, oh yeah, it would be top 10. It made our number one, but we thought it would be, you mentioned it, and then, I agreed with you on that you thought it would be banned. Like, it's a bannable
Potentially
card.
bannable. I don't know if I was expecting it this fast.
Yeah, I thought
we're getting into the ban talk now, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into the ban talk. If you voted for a Hull Breacher over the last 6 weeks,
let's
you
do
had
all that
6
really quick.
chances to entrance. We will total up all those. We'll do our best to scour and find everything. And
I think there's a couple. There's a handful of people that had Hull Breacher from the beginning, as
for sure.
At least one person from the Discord did.
And so we will tally that up and try and have that within the next week or two. We're recording early this week, so it might be a little tough to get it all together.
But if not, we'll get it the next week.
Best.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's that. Thank you guys
Thank you.
much for doing the Salty 64 stuff. It actually turned out to be a pretty good success. We enjoyed doing it, and I think this is going to be a continuous thing that we do. And I think the Salty 64 will be a yearly thing, and we're going to do some tweaks with that. It won't have Hull Breacher in there anymore. That's kind of funny.
I like how we used to just promise like a vague, like we're going to have these eventually. Now we're like every year we plan on doing a Salty 64 tournament.
I think it'll change because look at that, how many cards that we got from Commander Legends that made it into this, or with it, not necessarily Commander Legends, within the last year or two, So I think we're going to always get more and more cards. We have some pretty cool ideas that we're going to be doing with that. We're going to be tweaking that as we go along, but we'll have different tournament stuff that we're going to be doing along because it is very cool to have people interact with us with the voting and kind of get a census of, hey, Hull Breacher is a shitty card. We got it banned for you guys. You're welcome.
Yep.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Although I'm not very happy that they banned it. To be honest with you, I know it sucked.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not... I don't like banning in command. I understand why they banned it, but I also don't like it, because I've seen it been played. Seen it been played a lot. But when it gets played, you just remove it. You remove it. Even when we were playing the shitty league format where you have limited sources of removal, we were removing it, or it was killing that player, and we've said that a bunch. Mm-hmm. That's what would happen with Hull Breacher, and so you'd find a way to deal with it. It wasn't that it was cutting off your complete draw. Like you still got your draw step draw. If you wanted to draw more than that, you got to find a way to kill that. So that was kind of the thing. And
you don't it doesn't allow you to find a way. You had to have that answer in hand, or you just had to wait.
Yeah. Or search through your library if you have something to go search and get it.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not a Hull Breacher on top of opposition agent. Then you're fucked. You can't do anything. It's search for the answer. Nope, you get my answer. Damn it. But I don't know where do you stand with Hull Breacher? I mean, you said from the beginning you thought it was such a good card that it could see a ban.
Yeah.
Because it was so good. How do you feel about it?
I kind of saw Josh Lee Kwai's response, and I agree with that.
I did not see that. So what did he say?
So his response was, I don't agree with it being banned within 6 months. Should have been at least a year. See, because there are cards that are legal in Commander that made it deep into the Salty 64 tournament that could easily be banned. But, like Winter Orb, Static Orb, Stasis, those three are fucking hated. They suck. They suck hardcore to play against. But you don't see them a whole ton because players choose not to play that.
Yeah.
And so the question is if you gave it more time, does it allow people to just go, you know what? I don't like playing with Hull Breacher. It's just so new that people are putting it everywhere, but it's also just so good.
It is.
That people are putting it everywhere. So it was, in my mind, it was a little bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. It won a fucking 64 tournament for the saltiest card in Magic right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was legitimate.
And it was, blowing out All
Yeah.
of them except for this week's. You know,
Was it a
this week
75% win against Vorinclex?
He had what 300% wins or 200% wins?
Yeah.
Like,
So it was just killing cards.
yeah.
And so it kind of goes like there's a lot. It's out there a lot. It's hated quite a bit. I was talking with somebody on Facebook in one of the groups, and he's just going, I was in I saw it 2 times a game in CEDH. Like, it was just fucking every pod. It'd pop up twice in a game.
Ugh.
And so it was just like, yeah. And I'll guarantee you the third player, other than you, had it in their deck.
Right.
So like if you're like, everybody has to be playing more spot removal or more removal for it and just anticipating it, and it's everywhere. And it's just kind of like, how much do you want to put it on the player? How much? So I would have given it a year.
Yep.
But I haven't seen it a lot. Most of my online play right now have been battle boxes.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually had it played against me.
And I haven't had the time to like edit my decks and put it in there. Otherwise, so
Yeah.
I have a lot less work to do because I'm not having to take it out because I never got a chance to put it in there.
I just
and
asked
I
for
make red
proxies of
decks.
it last month.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
you
just put it together last week. And then I was banned. I'm like, oh, fuck. But yeah, so I haven't fit it into any of my decks either.
Yeah. So one question that was brought up on the Discord was, and also on Twitter, what if it was white? What if it had changed to a white card? Do you think this would have caught a ban? It definitely wouldn't have caught a ban this quick. It would have taken a lot longer. But them trying to put in, and it would have fit with white. I think you even might have mentioned this, that because it's dealing with treasures, that feels like a white or a red type of card.
Mm-hmm.
But let's throw both of them in there, because that also
white doesn't actually make a lot of treasures.
Well, but you're dealing with Smothering Tithe, and you're dealing with
and
Monologue
Mana
Tax.
Talk. But those are the only 2 that make treasures.
Right, and this would fit
But
almost, I
it's
feel
what
like, in line
white
with what
should
white
get.
is
Yeah.
doing. So, first off, would it get banned in white? And then would it get banned if it was a red card? I would say yes for black and yes for sure in green. But the other 2, would it catch a ban in that? Well, let me hear what you think, because I know where I'm at with that.
I would say green, black, white, no ban.
You don't think green?
Red, blue, yes. Red and blue are the wheel colors.
I was thinking red for sure, because red's
Because
been
of
catching
wheels.
bans all the time too, and that's a good point with the wheels. But red gets a lot of cards that have been catching bans, not in Commander necessarily, but in standard formats and all that stuff, standard and modern and all that. So, but so you think green?
I think
Green
it was
and-
because of wheels that made it
Yes.
bannable, because people just go hull breacher, wheel.
Yeah.
Like the appropriate thing, like the fair way, is if somebody's going, I'm going to draw 7 cards, and you're like, well, in response, I can't have you do that. I'll get 7 treasures. You don't get that.
Just a one-time thing type of thing.
Yeah, and so there are a plethora of ways that you could have done it. It could have been just like or like it affects everybody. That's what white would have gotten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody gets to draw an extra card.
That's the
Whenever an
funny thing
opponent
is-
draws an extra card, you get a treasure. That's how white would have been,
Yeah.
and that would have been fair.
Yeah.
But it allows the blue
But it was like,
player
hey,
to
it's
draw
blue.
more cards.
Let's make
Yeah.
it fuckable. Let's just have him fuck you in the...
And
Yeah.
or and I think we've talked about it. Like, if you add another blue, it makes it tougher to play. Take away flash, then it makes
Flash.
it more obvious. Like, make it so that
You
they
still
still get
deal
the
with that
draw, but you
wheel.
get the treasure.
Yeah.
Like, if they still got the draw and you got the treasure, then playing Hull Breacher into a wheel has no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just blue's best ramp card by far.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a lot of different scenarios that make it not banned. But this is the card that we got, and it was just too everywhere.
Yep.
Splashable in every deck that has blue. And so I think this isn't necessarily, this is a ban like Primeval Titan, in my opinion. So
I think so.
I think it'd be, because the reason why Primeval Titan was banned was because it was just
Gaia's
played
Cradle.
in every, you go get Cradle or Coffers and Urborg and just ramp way quicker than everybody else. And everybody, that was the best creature to go and do that kind of thing. And, trample 6/6, 6 mana is not hard to do. And so it just made things crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, if you had house rules with, like, I'm playing Hull Breacher, but I don't have any wheels, I'd fucking let somebody play it.
Yeah.
And if somebody's like, I'm going to play Primeval Titan, but I'm not going to go get Cradle or
just basic lands.
Coffers.
Change it to basic lands instead of...
Yeah, and just be like, not even basics, just not the, like, mana insaners, like the ones that just create 10, 15 mana.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you could do like the fetchable lands in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
whatever.
That's adding
that's
other
what I'm
rules.
saying.
That's whatever. Yeah.
If you just don't go and get, so there are definitely cards where you can be like, house rules, I'm not doing the broken shit that it's banned for, like abusing it, then it's fine. But Hull Breacher was being abused, and it made a ton of people pissed, and it happened really quick. And again, like I don't think, but like it goes in a Nekusar deck. Every Nekusar deck put this in there. Because that's a wheel deck. This goes against wheels. It just kills players.
Well, it just goes in every blue deck at this point. And that's what was happening. It was just everywhere for blue, and blue didn't necessarily need to be doing that.
Think of a similar effect. Like, let's say, like, Hull Breacher's more powerful than, like, Jin Gataxias Core Augur.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 mana. Hull Breacher's 3.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of the reason why it's more powerful as well, because it's 10 versus 3.
No. But, like, and Hull Breacher takes another card, but, like, happens way quicker earlier in the game, almost more consistent. Jin Gataxias, you got to wait until the end of their turn, end of their turn, end of their turn.
But if Jin was 3 as well, wouldn't you put that in the same boat?
It'd be insane.
It'd be a Hull Breacher. Yeah.
It'd be insane. Yeah, for sure. And so I understand it.
Right. I guess the only times that I was dealing with it is I never had that Hull Breacher wheel happen because I was playing it in formats that people weren't playing that. It was Commander Legends League is when I saw it a whole bunch. And so people just weren't doing the wheel stuff. And so I guess I just wasn't seeing that. And then the people that we played with I didn't see anybody play that. So I think it probably would have been a lot more salty if I had our play group do that, or anybody that we play on the Discord do that.
Well, and I think if we compared it to the final 4 of like Stasis, Winter Orb, Static Orb, like those cards have been around forever, but they kind of just go into an archetype.
Yeah.
And I saw some people going like, Hull Breacher's gone, but we still got Thassa's Oracle. And they're like, what the fuck are they doing? That's inconsistent. But it's not, because Thassa's Oracle is an archetype game winner.
Yeah.
It's right there with like Lab Man, or like Laboratory Maniac. Like, I don't want to ban that. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to kill an archetype when you're banning cards. And so it's an I win card. Maybe a little cheap. And it's CEDH again, but Hull Breacher just went everywhere.
Yep.
And I think that was its major sin.
Is in what we had talked about too. Was it last week or whatever when it was? The last 2 weeks when we were talking about ramp cards. You said that was one of the better blue ramps.
It was.
That was
it
ramp.
was Blue's ramp, best ramp card for sure.
Yeah. The next best thing is Urza Lord High Artificer.
And nobody uses it for ramp.
Right.
You watched me do it with Glenn in my Glenn deck, and it was awesome there. I loved it.
So this card, how I was always going to use it was for ramp and stopping people from drawing. I never had plans of using it with a wheel. That just was like, oh, that's douchey. That's like a Lowry type thing to do, not an Adam type thing. You notice how I do that right when you're in mid drink, so you can't really respond. It's
understandable.
But that's what it was happening. It was just, it was a staple. It went in every single blue deck. It didn't matter what that blue deck did. It was blue's way of stopping the other players from doing stuff and then getting treasures potentially. At that point, people aren't going to cast their things that are going to get extra draws unless it's a must or whatever. But yeah, I understand it, but I don't agree with it necessarily. And that's probably because I hadn't seen it enough. I think that's more of where I'm at.
Well, I mean, like, I guess the question is like, if that's what you're using it for, did you have Narset Parter of Veils in your deck?
Narset.
Because if that's all you're using it for, the one that
I know
that
which one
opponents can't draw more than their first card.
No, but I was using it for
that's what I'm saying. If you're,
I haven't even updated with Narset like any of those. I make red decks, dude. Like I don't make. What is blue?
But that's all I'm saying. If that's what you're running it for,
put
then
Narset in.
If you don't have it in, it's a straight replacement. Much more fair.
I think the other part though is
easier to remove
the surprise factor of it and being able to get those treasures that first hit, and then suppressing everybody else. So that's what I was going to use it for. I wouldn't play it right away necessarily, unless I noticed that people weren't really drawing. And I'm just like, all right, well, fuck, I'll just play it to kind of whatever. But then you just become the target.
Slow them down.
But you become the instant target with that. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think I agree with you. If it was in red, yes, it would get banned. Blue would get banned. I thought green and black, but you made a very good point there. White for sure. Let's just go with white. White would still be here.
White's fine.
Yep.
It might even be fine if you had like 2 blue and a colorless, or like have it just be different, more mana.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot
if you had it at 4, like Notion Thief, like if it was 2 blue, 2 colorless, Notion Thief.
You think so? Take away the flash. Well,
I mean,
Notion has flash
too.
Yeah, it does. And that's taking the draw.
And so, like, I think it'd make it a more difficult decision, like, towards they wouldn't, but it'd be on their radar, like, for a long time.
What about,
you know what I mean?
As we're just getting hypotheticals, it's not going to happen. I was going to say,
yeah,
blue, white, colorless. All right, let's.
Oh, actually, I think that would be great if it was a blue, white, like 2 colorless, like a white version of Notion Thief. Yeah. That'd be fucking good.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get that.
Let's get into, because good thing we pushed everything back because we're almost at an hour right now. All right, let's move through this pretty fast. All right.
Who am I? Your commander.
99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
You're garbage! You sick old woman! Muff Garbage! Muff Garbage!
All right. Another game that, if you guys don't know how this works, we are just going to go through the cards, the legendary cards, and this time we are going through the commander sets from the Dungeons and Dragons, Adventures of the Lost, Forgotten, whatever, all that realm stuff.
whatever.
And
longest hashtag ever.
We are going to classify each of these as Commander, 99, or Garbage.
Muff Garbage!
All right. So since we're already at an hour kind of ish, let's just get started. Larry, why don't you start us off with the first one?
Caddy Bree of Mithril Hall. It's green, white, 2/2 human archer. Has first strike, reach. Whenever Caddy Bree attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it for each equipment attached to it. And then you can pay 1, remove all of the +1/+1 counters from Caddy Bree. It deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of counters removed this way.
How many podcasts going through this do a Cardi B reference? I'm not doing it. I'm just.
You definitely just
not doing it. I'm just. There's so many that probably are doing Cardi B, and I just
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say right off the bat,
commander.
That's a good commander for equipment stuff. I like it. You have. I like the first strike on that. You have the reach, so he can deal with some of the flyer stuff. Gets counters for each equipment.
I want it to be just like throw Death Touch enchantment or equipment on it, and then whenever somebody attacks, you pay 1 and kill it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like taking all those counters off kind of sucks.
Yeah, you can't just take one off at a time or whatever. Pick as many as you want. But yeah.
But if it has Death Touch, it just fucking kills whatever is attacking.
So you're on boat with the
commander.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
All right, so the next in line is Atali. No, I'm just kidding. God damn it, it got fucking printed again.
Is it the third or fourth time at this point?
I suck.
You're fine.
All of you that
Everything's
listen
fine.
and go, oh, Adam Lowry, what do you guys think about this spec and this spec? Don't go back a few months and listen to my Atali pick when I had number 2 on, where we had number 1 and number 2 with number 2's worst pick of all time. I'm just kidding. Because didn't his get reprinted that same, like he made fun of me?
Yeah. Same thing.
So
the Time Spiral remastered. Fucking hilarious.
All right. What is it? Gala? Don't give me the eyebrows. Just tell me. Actually, mine's cut off. What the hell is his whole name? Oh, Kindler of Hope. All right, I can read. Wait, fuck. Where is the kid? Can't even read. There it is.
It's gone.
Kid can't even read. 1 colorless, green, white, and blue for a 4/4 vigilance. And what is he? An elf knight. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast aura and equipment spells from the top of your library. When you cast an equipment spell this way, it gains when this equipment enters the battlefield, attach it to a target creature control. That's sweet. This is sweet.
I like it.
This is
Commander.
Oh, good for you.
I'm on the wrong page. I didn't go back.
Commander.
I mean, it's relatively unique for the Bant colors.
Yeah.
But it really, I think it works. I like it.
Yep.
I dig it. I dig it quite a bit.
Yep. Being able to attach equipment for free and also using the aura and equipment, like the playing off the top of your library, the what am I trying to use? What's her nuts? The green card they play lands off the top. Oracle Moldiah type effect is well, I like that they changed it that you can look at the top card of your library, you know.
And not just everybody.
Right. Yep. All right, move on to the next one.
Motherfucker.
What are you talking about? I can't even read the other one, so whatever. This one I like.
Kara Zikar, the Eye Tyrant, 3 colorless, black, red, 5/5 Beholder. Whenever you attack a player, tap target creature that player controls and goad it. Whenever an opponent attacks another one of your opponents, you and that attacking player each draw a card and lose 1 life.
Commander.
So it's like a cool.
This is I like this. I
It's
wanted
whenever an opponent attacks another one.
So you're goading one.
That's good.
You're goading one to attack. So you're gonna draw 1 and lose a life, whatever. They're also drawing, so they're like, hey, that's fine. I'm attacking this player. But I love this. I love this so much. I mean, this doesn't have to be the attacker. Your other things can be the attackers to tap. And is it whenever each creature? Whenever you attack
Whenever
a player?
an opponent attacks another one
No, the top
opponents.
part. So. Whenever you attack a player, tap that creature.
So it's just like whenever you declare an attack on a player. So for each
Is it each attacker, though? That's what
I don't think so.
Yeah, so you attack with 1 each, and you can make each one of them attack with that creature. And you get to pick the one that they're attacking
tapping
with.
And goading.
Yeah. So this...
And the kind of cool thing about the tapped part is if they didn't want that goaded creature to attack, they can't block and have it like die or something.
Yeah.
So like by the time it's your next turn, you're pretty much going to be drawing 3 cards.
Yeah.
Off of it if you attack 3 players.
So
that's
really
pretty cool. That's really cool.
To build this out of the whole set, including the commander and the main set. That's the one that I want because I really wanted to build Marissi, but then Trombley built it, and I was like, well, we got Trombley.
Then I kind of did.
Yeah, you did too.
And then Louisiana Leo kind of did. And then
we play with it. But so I think this is the one I'm going to build. I'm actually going to build this along. This is old news, but I think I'm going to build Chatterfang too because I still like that deck a lot. So those are my 2 next projects. All right. So we both agreed it was Commander. I'll do it again.
Commander.
Cluth Unraveled Ancient.
I would bet it's Clouth.
Clouth?
I don't.
Yeah, you're probably right. Clouth, and this is for 5 red and a green, flying haste. When it attacks, add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the total power of attacking creatures. So the total
Crazy.
of all of them. Spend this mana only to cast spells. Until the end of your turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases end. That's pretty sweet. Commander, I'm more probably be putting this in the 99. I mean, it could be the Commander. I guess it could go as high as Commander with this.
You could.
7.
I think it's an interesting like
dragon
ramp card, because like at 7 mana, what are you doing with that much extra mana? So it comes into play. You jam, like throw it down, and then you can create like 15, 20 mana potentially right there. Then it's kind of like, what are you going to do with that? Just like play out your hand and not do anything?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably fitting in a dragon deck, especially since we have that other dragon in this set as well. That big effer in this. It's kind of funny for a 7-drop, you only get a 4/4 dragon out of it, but whatever.
Flying haste.
Yeah.
But I think it's really powerful.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm going here.
99.
Where are you going?
Yeah, 99.
Okay. Next one.
Lorcan, Warlock, Collector, 5 colorless, black. It's a 6/6 devil, flying. This one feels like a demon, but it has horns, I guess. All right, whatever. Flying. Whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you can pay life equal to the mana cost. If you do, put that creature on the battlefield under your control, and it's a Warlock in addition to its other types. If a Warlock would die, exile it instead.
Shit, that fucks up your other Warlock cards.
Oh, shit. Strixhaven's doomed. I think that's about everything, and I don't think there was anything. Yeah, I mean...
I'm here. I'm here with this.
99.
99.
Yeah. 7 is a lot.
Yeah.
So if it is...
You're
Muff
right, though.
Garbage,
it should be a demon, and if this
like
fits in your
But it's
Kalia deck,
fucking...
whatever.
It's
cool though.
Dungeons
I
and
like
Dragons.
it. I mean, it's cool to have it out, and if somebody's milling or whatever, you can get those creatures off of that. But I definitely would not build around this, unless it could. No, it's too much mana. I was gonna say Croxa would be kind of fun because you're making people discard. So you could potentially get stuff from them discarding creatures.
Oh, is it whenever?
It's from anywhere.
Oh, from anywhere?
Yeah.
I guess it does say that.
But 7 to get this out, so it's like,
7's a lot.
All right.
And then you got to be killing stuff. Yeah. So 99.
99's good. It's not garbage. It's just, it can be played. Min Willy or Wily Illusionist. I like Willy better. 1 and 2
Free
blue
Willy.
For a gnome wizard, a 1/3 gnome wizard. I like this one a lot. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue illusionist creature token with this creature gets 1/0 for each other illusion you control. Whenever an illusion you control dies, you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to that creature's power from your hand onto the battlefield. I think this is... I like it.
I think it's interesting.
I wish
cool.
it had a splash of another color, so you could make it your commander a little better, But it being mono blue makes me feel like this is more of a 99. What do you think?
Well, I think, blue makes it that it can be like the easiest build around for it. But
hard
I
part is
see
it's also talking about permanence. So it's not you can cast any spell. It's you got to play a permanent with equal or lesser value. Blue is all about spell slinging and throwing this out there.
Can be.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see this going into that like cycling deck that came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're able to cycle and draw that extra card. That's where I would see putting this. So 99 in my mind, but I can see building with it as well.
So I'll go here.
99.
You're going commander?
I would go strong 99.
Okay.
99.
All right, we're a double 99. All right, next card. Oh, wait. Nope, this isn't the dungeon one. We're getting to dungeons in a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Fuck this card. Nihilor, 2 colorless, white, blue, black. You got something better for it, huh?
No, it's Nihilor. Yeah, that's, I mean,
God
coming
damn it.
from the guy that can't even read. Yeah.
When Nihilor enters the battlefield, for each opponent, tap up to one untapped creature you control. When you do, gain control of target creature that player controls with power less than or equal to the tapped creature's power for as long as you control Nihilor. Whenever you attack with a creature an opponent owns, you gain 2 life, and that player loses 2 life.
This seems fun. This seems interesting. I wish it wasn't like the power less or equal, blah, 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 all that. I wish it was just you tap a creature and it's kind of like it's possessing, you're taking over that creature. But this seems kind of fun. You can have some sack outlets involved on that if they're going to take it back. And then somehow, bring this, cast it again and all that. I think this could be a really cool commander. I do not see this in the 99. Right? I mean, this doesn't seem like a 99 card. It feels like it's commander or bust.
I think it'd be fine as a commander card. I think it'd be fine.
As a 99?
As a commander card. Fucking fine. Yeah, no, I think
that's where it is.
this would be fine in the 99. Like, it'd have to be on theme, so like this totally works in a Send Triplets deck.
Stealing shit. I go as high as this.
Commander.
Where do you go with it?
Yeah, I'd go.
Where would you prefer
Commander
to see it?
Commander.
Commander
Yeah,
or in the 99?
Commander.
Commander.
All right. This is where we need a second button bar so you can be like, we both vote at the same time. Prosper Tomebound. This is a... what the fuck? It's a Tiefling Warlock? What the hell is that?
I think it's the people that drove the TIE fighters in Star Wars. What?
Is that a dad joke? Is that a nerd joke? I don't even know what joke that is.
What kind of joke was that? Preface the joke by saying what it is. It was a Star Wars nerd joke. Come on. It's fine.
You straight-faced
Jesus.
it pretty good. Two and a black, a black and a red for a 1/4. That guy. He has Death Touch. The italic text does not even matter, but it says Mystic Arcanium.
Don't say that,
Arcanum. Why am I reading it? God, can't even read. At the beginning of your end step, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Pact Boon, because that matters. Whenever, sorry, I'm not. I know Dungeons and Dragons people are probably pissed at us right now.
We're gonna do this all next week.
Yeah,
Top 10 cards.
No.
They all have these. Like, it's supposed to be a mechanic, but it's just fucking words that
are supposed to. It's supposed to be a tribute to you guys that are D&D players. Yep. Nerds. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope you fucking love it. I hope you love it.
All right, Pact Boon. Whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure token. Oh yeah, I remember that from previous cards. Pact Boon.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I haven't even. Yeah. I've been reading and I don't even pay attention to what the card does. Okay, so I have to read it.
What does this?
At the beginning of your end step, exile the top of your atelier. Like, okay, I like that. At the beginning of your end step, it's a card draw. There's some red splash with black card draw. Whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure token. Okay. Let's give it. I dig this. This is a good commander and 99. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
99
Commander.
99 commander. I think it can be in both, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the commander for the Tiefling guys. Yeah. We finally have one.
Tiefling.
We've been waiting for Tiefling, a Tiefling commander
Forever.
Pick those specs up. They're called changelings.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. We're on to the part of a new mechanic called dungeons. I'm going to read the card, and then Adam, you want to go through the one dungeon that we kind of discussed.
Which one did we discuss? Did we talk about doing the longer one?
The easiest one with the least amount of words. The one in the middle, I think.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so...
This is
all right,
fun.
so it's Sephiroth of the Hidden Ways, white, blue, black, and then it is a 2/3 human wizard. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, venture into the dungeon. This ability triggers only once each turn.
Curse undead.
Cursed undead. Whenever you complete a dungeon, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
All right.
Dungeons are they kind of sit off in
just they're not even a
different
part of your
zone.
sideboard. It's just you got 3 dungeons to choose from. You can choose any of these. When you start a dungeon, you have to complete the dungeon before moving on to the next dungeon. When you complete a dungeon, you can go back to the same dungeon when you do this. So you can keep going over the same one. The one that we'll kind of discuss is Tomb of Annihilation because it has a shortcut. The other 2 have like equal parts going down. The other 2 I think are better in a way, but this one's just a shorter version. So when you venture into a dungeon, is that what the keyword is on that? Is it venture?
Yeah.
Venture into the dungeon. You start off with the first level, and I'm sure a lot of you have already, especially you Dungeons and Dragons players, already know this or whatever. The first one is
Hopefully.
You have no choice, but this is what it is. Each player loses 1 life. It's called Trapped Entry. I'm not going to go through each one. And
then there's like another level.
And it splits. So you can go either there's a shortcut way that allows you to get to the last dungeon, the room. If you go that route, it's discard a card, sacrifice an artifact, a creature, and a land. So that sucks.
Yeah,
or you can go each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If you go that route, then you need to go down into another room when you venture into a dungeon. So each time you venture into the dungeon, if you're in a dungeon, then you move to the next room. If you're not in a dungeon, you go in a dungeon. That's how that works. The next room is each player loses 2 life unless they sacrifice an artifact, creature, or land. And sacrifice an artifact. No. So that other one sucks. That's discard a card.
Yeah, but you get to the end quicker because you only go through 1 room versus 2. And then the last one is Cradle of the Death God, which is create a legendary 4/4 black god horror creature token with death touch. What's his name? Atropol?
Yeah.
Atropol?
Dude.
So that might mean something to D&D people.
Okay. I don't want to break this down for 5 minutes because we don't need to. But that other one is really worded very weird. The one that the shortcut says discard a card and sacrifice an artifact, a creature, and a land. So you have to.
Yeah, so it's all of them.
Okay. So the other 2 are better dungeons. The one I just described.
Not really.
I mean, they are. The other ones have.
The other ones
rewards.
affect people.
The other ones have better rewards than this one does. This one has.
They're just as bad.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That one has as much. Oh, you're saying on.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the other 2 dungeons are better. But anyway, this is the only one out of the Commander precons that actually deals with the dungeons. So, as the dungeon commander, it's gonna be the commander. I don't think you can have it as a 99 unless we kind of talked about this beforehand. 5 years down the road, this is gonna be like energy counters where it only fits with all these niche cards. It's not gonna necessarily.
And there's plenty of cards that kind of say like when this creature comes into play, go into a dungeon, and that would move you along. And so like that feels like this deck where you can kind of just like fly through dungeons maybe. And it doesn't seem like there's any like huge payoff for any of them other than like a 4/4 creature. And so
the completing the dungeon is kind of cool, bringing back creatures that you're losing from the graveyard.
Yeah.
You know, with this deck, I'd build a lot of ETB stuff going into the graveyard. You know, then you're bringing it back and you get more ETB stuff is kind of how I would do it. But
I think so. And this would be death triggers. So maybe you can put like Tysa Karlov in there and then it like maybe triggers twice. I don't know. I don't know if you can do that. It should trigger twice.
Yeah, it would trigger. Yeah, I would assume that. This ability triggers only once each turn. So,
it only triggers once?
Well, I mean, it says it on this card. It says venture into the dungeon. This ability only triggers once each turn, so it doesn't allow you to do tricksy stuff, right? Doesn't that negate that whole thing?
I don't know.
Well, let's move on to the next
I
card.
don't know. Yeah.
This was the only one that Okay, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Storvald Frost Giant Garl. It's cut off on mine, so I think it's Garl. Jarl. So this
Jarl.
is good one.
Is it
Good
close?
one.
I don't even know the
Good
show.
one. Yeah, I know, but you got it. Jarl. 4
right.
green, white, blue for a 7/7 giant. It has Ward 3, which Ward 3 is if somebody targets this with a spell, or it's just a spell, isn't it?
Yeah, they have to pay 3 more.
3 more, it's countered. So it's whatever. So when it enters or attacks, choose one or both. Target creature has base power 7/7. Till end of turn, target creature has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. This was the one that I kind of put at
Muff Garbage!
this level because
It's expensive.
7 to come out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You get a ETB trigger and an attacks trigger, but are you really building a deck around this? Are you really putting this in your 99? It's nice that it gives protection, but 7? 7. As Monica would say on Friends, 7.
I can maybe see myself sliding this into like the 99, but I agree. It's probably just more garbage.
Yeah, this is
Muff Garbage!
that's my only Muff Garbage out of this whole thing because I think this next one's pretty interesting.
Okay. Vrondis, Rage of Ancients, 3 colorless, red, green. It is a dragon barbarian, 5/4, and they try and trick you because they slide in an actual mechanic name in Enrage. And this is a legitimate Enrage card. Whenever Vandris or Vrondis
Yeah.
is dealt damage, you may create a 5/4 red and green dragon spirit creature token with when this creature deals damage, sacrifice it. And then whenever you roll 1 or more dice, you may have Vrondis deal 1 damage to itself. So this is your roll dice commander?
Question mark?
Like that bottom part doesn't mean anything or matter to me at this point in the game.
The hard part is it's not built in on the card. You have to have other cards that are going to be rolling the dice.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the
That's the problem.
part. But you're building in.
I'm building an Enrage roll dice deck.
Exclude that last part. I was like, exclude that last part.
Yeah.
This might go in my Daryl deck. Like, Daryl does damage to all creatures, and getting a dragon off of that, sure. The problem is then when that dragon gets dealt damage, it's sacrificed.
No, when it deals
damage. Okay.
Yeah. So if it attacks or blocks, you got to sacrifice it after.
That's a little better for the Daryl part of it.
Yeah. Yep.
For me, I'm at 99 with it. I could almost even drop it down to garbage, but I'm at 99. It's definitely.
I'd like it in the 99. Okay. I think like it's a real mechanic instead of a bunch of made up stuff. The and 5/4 for 5 dragon barbarian, no wings. Yeah.
It is a dragon. What?
Yeah, I just said it was a dragon barbarian.
I know, but it's pulling up that picture.
There was Ted was talking about the lore with it, so they're like, dragon people. I don't really know. I don't remember.
All right, and our last card of the Commander set. I am so glad that we decided not to do the entire thing because we would have been here for 3 hours. It's Wolfgar of Icewind Dale. Dale? That's a normal name. All right. I like it. I can read it. 3, a red and a green for a human barbarian 4/4. It has melee, which is whenever this creature attacks, it gets 1/1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked this combat. If a creature you control attacking would cause a triggered ability of a permanent you control, the trigger of that ability triggers an additional time.
Hold on, what? If a creature you control attacking
would cause a triggered ability of a
of
permanent,
a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers. And there's so many triggers.
Trigger.
All right.
Somebody's trigger happy.
Trigger.
We got three
triggers.
triggers in one sentence.
Yeah. Okay. So I cannot. Oh, you double that? Oh.
So
That could be kind of fun.
yeah, there's a lot of different tricks that you can do with that.
Whenever you control a creature, so
So
no
it's
matter what,
automatically going
this
to get
doubles
2
for
plus 2,
itself, right?
Yeah, it's going to
Okay.
get 2 plus 2, or 1 plus 1 at the end.
Yeah.
For each opponent you attacked. At the very minimum, it's 2 plus 2. If you attack each opponent, it's getting 6 plus 6, right? Am I right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So this is a 10-10, and whenever this creature it gets, so it's not every creature.
Yeah, if you're attacking with everybody, yeah, but yeah, turning into a 6/6. But I'm just that could be really fun to build with.
Yeah. Well, is this? There probably isn't. But I was gonna say, is this one of our first like Panharmonicon attack trigger things?
I believe so.
Is it?
Yeah,
All right.
I believe so. And then we can Strionic Resonator this, and then
Put the braziers on that you did. The brazzers.
different thing. That's an activated ability and not a triggered one, so that doesn't. They're doing two different things. But the brazzers. Come on,
Okay,
don't look
come
that
on.
up. Don't look that up.
It's like, is he really gonna skirt around that? He's not even gonna mention. He's not even gonna make mention of it.
No, I'm not gonna skirt because they don't have any skirts in that.
Damn it! Joke drums. I didn't know you were gonna do that.
I'm sorry.
Damn it! Joke drums. Get there.
I like this card. I like it quite a bit.
I suck.
This one's interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm this.
Commander.
It'd be interesting. You gonna build it? Green red?
We'll see. I've really enjoyed Oscar and Essex, so I don't know if I want to be building a new deck just quite. I'll probably be buying. Yeah, maybe.
Tell us.
This might be the one that I build. This one or the.
Tell us the real reason why you're not going to build anything from this set, Lowry. I'm just kidding.
I feel bad beating you so much.
Oh, where's the joke drums again?
So I probably like this one or the Bant equipment one that allows you to play off the top and then like equip for free when it comes in.
That'd be
Like
pretty
I like
fun.
that one too,
Yeah.
but that one seems like really straightforward.
Yeah.
This one seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it could be some tricksy stuff there.
I might build this, or at least I might dabble. I might pee on this. Whatever.
All right. Oh yeah, back. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like,
That's 3
I
years
remember
ago.
we used to pee on our stuff when
Yeah.
we claimed which one we were going to build, and we haven't done that for a while. That's
okay.
back to year 1, folks. If you want to check those episodes
That's
out.
back to like first 3 months.
Yeah. We peed on a lot of stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm peeing on this one. This is mine. All right. Well, we burned through that. That was pretty good. We had one technical difficulty, which you guys probably won't even know about. Yes, they
So I think I like the Commander product. That's all I got. I think they have some solid reprints in there. I'll post the deck lists in the show notes along with just the legends.
My thought on the Commander product is that they have to provide all the different dice. I said it weird.
Dies.
Because they have different. Use a 6-sided dice. Use
Yeah.
a 8. Use a 12. Use a this. They have to be providing those because otherwise they're making you go out and.
Well, and I don't know if you responded to me on this, but there is a difference between the dice that they give you and a D20.
Okay, so explain the D dice really quick.
Okay, so there's a difference between a D20 and the dice that they give you with the magic symbol on it. That is called a spin down dice. It is not randomized. It is not weighted different.
I did respond to you on that.
Did you?
My older dice, actually the ones that I give my sons,
Yeah.
I gave them a couple of them. Those are the ones that are just random when they used to just have them all over the place.
Yep.
I still have about 5 to 7 of those in a bag.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but yeah.
So
it's not
if somebody brings that up, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I totally get it. But who fucking cares if everybody's playing with a spin down dice?
Right. Who really? You're gonna. you're gonna cheat by figuring that out. Like that's way too much work.
I don't.
You should be
I
doing
think it's
something
just
else.
like they roll a certain way because they're weighted differently, and so you're technically going to roll high more often. But this weekend I got below 5 more times than anything.
Oh, I know when we had this discussion when we talked about people getting upset with it when we were at like pre-release stuff, wanting us to roll different dice. Yes, we did have that talk, and we're like, really, if you figured out that weight of dice, then good for you. You're a cheater, and you shouldn't be playing Magic.
But I think
at
the
this
other
point.
thing is like then if you don't want somebody rolling that, or you like they roll it, you just roll the same dice. If you're that like
exactly
problematic with it, so whatever. I mean, how many people are going to be rolling dice now? You fucking bringing out your Yahtzee cup and just fucking throwing that shit. I hope they make a Clark's Yahtzee cup along with Clark's thumb. Give me second roll to make sure I can get the high number. Shit like that. Am I gonna get that?
You have some good plans there, buddy.
Proxy that up.
Yeah, that's your job. I'll do the cards. You can make that one. All right. That should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Sega. Oh. No. Damn it. I did it again.
Love
It works.
boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs.
Did you?
Some bunkers
Did
for
you get it, Drew?
honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.